Hi, and thanks for joining us today. I'm Lori Goldstein, manager of the Public Art Archive, which we'll refer to as PAA throughout the presentation. I am joined by my colleague, Allison Verplates, and together we make up the Western States Arts Federation's Public Art Archive team. Today, we'll start with a little bit of background about PAA, including our mission, the products and services we offer, and then a deeper dive into our newly revamped public engagement portal. After the brief demonstration of our new site, we'll discuss how you can submit your public artworks and collections, resources we offer, and answer any questions you may have. A few housekeeping items for the sake of making sure we stay on track and respecting everybody's time today. Please feel free to add any questions to the chat and we'll answer them after we finish the presentation. We will be recording this presentation so that we can make it available on our website for those who want to revisit it later on. If you'd like to turn off your video, that's totally fine with us. Whatever works for you. We will keep you muted throughout those so we don't have any background noise. We'll also be adding links to the chat so you can access the resources that we discussed today. So make sure you check on that throughout the presentation as needed. The Public Art Archive was originally developed by WSTAF, the Western States Arts Federation, in 2010 to address a field-wide lack of centralized resources to document public art and offer engagement opportunities for the public to discover and learn from all of our surrounding cultural assets. The PAA was built as a central repository to house artwork data that spans geographic boundaries, collections, artistic experiences, work types, materials, budgets, and themes. It offers a unique digital experience where unknown street artists can exist side by side with prolific sculptors, and temporary ephemeral experiences can be discovered alongside more traditional monumental counterparts. Our mission to make public art more public has guided our continued growth into one of the largest active databases of public art in the world today. Commissioning organizations and artists can submit data to our repository at no cost, and our eligibility requirements, which change frequently because of the constantly evolving nature of public art, are largely based off of whether or not a piece of art is considered public art. Here's a very quick breakdown of our suite of product and service offerings. First and foremost, we offer a public art database and public art engagement portal that currently contains records for over 20,000 artworks, mostly cited within the US with a growing number of international collections. All of these artworks are also discoverable from our device responsive site, meaning our portal is optimized for desktop, tablet, or mobile viewing, all from one site where no app downloads are necessary. So there's no visits to the App Store or any updates that you have to make on your phone should you be using it on the go. We also offer and manage a web-based collection management system for organizations that manage public art collections and need a backend system in which to do so. We offer a suite of more customized collection engagement tools, such as landing pages, collection-specific maps, and special projects and virtual exhibitions. Here's a screenshot of our newly redesigned public engagement portal. Again, my colleague Allison will be taking us through a live demo of the site, but we've highlighted features for those of you who really want to understand how to take advantage of all that we offer just by being a part of the Public Art Archive network. Anyone who uses the Public Art Archive has access to about 20,000 works of art, as well as nearly 50,000 images and other media items associated with those artworks, such as streaming video content, PDFs, and so forth. The database includes over 12,000 artists and 14,000 public art locations. Each artwork is cataloged following a consistent set of data standards and terms to make the ability to search across collections seamless and user-friendly. We'll talk more about this data infrastructure later in the presentation and include tools and resources on how you can leverage this to document your public art collections and portfolios in a consistent manner. Within our repository, the public can engage with public art by collection, which is probably of significant interest to those of you who work within public art organizations looking for tools and resources for digital public engagement. You can see, based on the screenshots above, all artworks within particular collections can be sorted and filtered through a number of facets and can even be experienced via sort and filterable interactive maps on desktops, tablets, and smartphones. Organizations can also document artworks that are no longer physically on view to the public, whether they were commissioned as temporary experiences, whether they've been removed or deaccessioned. And you can provide the context as to why they may no longer be accessible in public space. Artists can also use the Public Art Archive to archive their public artworks. Being able to access a map of a particular artist's artworks geographically is not only useful and fun for artists looking to use PAA to see the geographic expanse of their portfolios, but also could be used as a really unique feature for public art commissions that could benefit from a visual accompaniment to an artist submission to see where other artworks in their portfolios are located. Beyond looking specifically at particular collections and artists, PAA is especially unique because it also allows users to explore artwork from an aerial view without collection distinctions, in much the same way that public art is experienced by members of the public who are unaware of collection distinctions between artworks and overlapping geographic boundaries. Here, I'm showing a screenshot of public art in Denver, and you can see where Arts and Venues Denver, which is the city and county's public art program, the state of Colorado's collection, and RTD, the transit system's collection, all overlap. By functioning in this way, we can produce powerful visual imagery and reports of artworks across particular regions, counties, states, and so forth to offer broader views of public art while creating experiences for the public that are not limited to specific singular collections. Each artwork in the database is accompanied by its own artwork record, which includes all the details about the artwork submitted via the organization that commissioned, owns, or manages the artwork, or the artist or studio that created it. Additionally, each record appears with map functionality, so if the artwork is on view to the public, you can get directions to the artwork site. We also offer opportunities to integrate other multimedia items, such as videos, PDFs, and audio, and we encourage contributors to update the contextual information included on these records by incorporating content such as artist interviews, installation videos, references in local papers and journals, and so forth. For organizations that need a collection management system with which to manage their collection and all of the work that goes into anything from commissioning through conservation, we offer and manage a web-based system for a low-cost annual fee. Organizations that subscribe to our system retain the benefit of our hosting, maintenance, and support for this service, and they can push their data directly to our public engagement portal. This is especially beneficial for public art professionals who often do the job of many people with little staff and resources and need a one-stop shop for data management and public engagement. Essentially, we can help reduce redundant workflows by providing digital tools for collection and project management at the same time as providing that public engagement functionality. Here's a snapshot of what that back-end collection management system looks like. So you can see all the work that you can manage in our CMS. And you can also see that our system offers functionality that spans well beyond the public-facing data to the internal processes many of you perform regularly as part of your job. We also offer a suite of more customized collection engagement tools, such as landing pages, embeddable interactive collection maps, and special projects and virtual exhibitions. While any organization and artist can take advantage of the free services we offer just by contributing their data, we also offer a low-cost annual subscription to embeddable collection maps that can be housed outside of our public art archive site, on your websites, on your municipal public art pages, your university collections, research projects, and so forth. And I do see a number of questions coming into the chat about pricing, and we can talk about that at the end. We also offer a series of customized landing pages and digital exhibitions and special projects that we customize and build in collaboration with organizations, researchers, scholars, and curators that need or want a digital component to public art exhibitions or necessitate a way to digitize and preserve a past project or program. With that, my colleague Allison will begin sharing her screen to provide the live demo of the site.
Thanks, Lori. This is the homepage for the Public Art Archive. For those of you who've been collaborating with us over the years, we hope you'll be excited to see the new look and feel and the improved function of the site. The changes we made to PAA were made with on engagement and user-friendly for any type that comes here. We thought about public art administrators, artists, researchers, journalists, your public art committee members, and of course, art lovers and the general public. We want experience where anyone that comes to PAA will feel like something here for them. So we designed the site to be really image forward and browsable. We drew inspiration from sites like Airbnb and Etsy, IMDb, those kinds of sites where you go there looking for one thing and another thing catches your eye, and so on and so forth. So below the main search navigation, we have some of the features that we've designed to encourage that exploration and discovery of public art. As Lori noted, PAA acts as the central repository for public art data across those geographic boundaries, communities, collections, themes, and so forth. So we've added a lot of new features that celebrate this more aerial view of public art, as well as continuing to highlight collections as their own unique entities. So the first feature is featured collections. Here we're highlighting the collections of our clients who subscribe to our collection management system, or the showcase feature, which is the customized landing page that Lori mentioned. We just want to give them a little extra visibility here, as well as provide that first initial way of exploring public art through that collection point of view. Below that, I'm especially excited about the new Art Near Me feature, which uses your location services, if you have them turned on your computer, phone, or other device, to determine what art is closest to you. This feature is tailored towards discovering public art while you're out and about, as well as creating or going on public art tours. It works very similarly to Google Maps, where you can find art near your current location or near a destination that you're headed towards. So I can see I have these artworks near me right now within a couple miles of my current location. And if I want to know more, I can click on this link to see them all in that map view. Art Near Me feature is something we're really happy about because it's one of those great opportunities in PAA to highlight all the public art in a given area across collections without the artificial barriers of searching collections online one by one. And in this room, I know that we are all advocates for all public art and the dynamics that artworks in proximity to one another create, regardless of their collection or maybe their perceived prestige or history. So this is a great way to highlight that, as well as create that seamless experience for the public that mimics what they see in their environments as they go to different cities and who may not think of public art in terms of collections. So we're really excited to offer this to all of our users, especially people that are out and about, maybe visiting a new place, and they want to discover what art is near them. So back on the homepage, we have our featured exhibition. Here we're highlighting some of the virtual experiences Lori mentioned that we've created, often in collaboration with either our clients or other partners in the field. These are more context-rich features and are just another pathway to engagement that we offer on PAA if you're interested in exploring that more curated or narrative type of content. And so if you're here today and you are a researcher or a scholar or curator of any kind who might be in presenting your public art research or projects in a digital framework like this, you are welcome to get in touch with our team. We love collaborating with our fellow public art lovers in the field to bring your ideas to life like this. So at the bottom of the homepage, we have some other fun features that we think everyone will enjoy, but we particularly had in mind visitors who come to PAA who maybe don't know exactly what they're looking for. They just want to come here to learn about public art. Maybe they just learned what public art is, or maybe they're an emerging artist or an artist who wants to expand into public art and they want to gain an understanding of the field. So first we have the Surprise Me feature. This feature displays 5 artworks chosen at random from our inventory of nearly 20,000. And you can refresh this over and over to discover new art. This is a great feature for browsing, but we also see educational applications of this feature in a classroom or even public art committee setting. This feature has the potential, as you can see, to really demonstrate the depth and breadth of projects that constitute public art, so we can visualize recommending this as a learning tool for understanding or even writing or discussing the variety and the value of all forms of public art. So these last features on the homepage are popular art and popular searches. With popular art, we're showcasing iconic works of art. The images refresh regularly and they provide just a snapshot into some of the most well-known works of art on PAA. Same goes for popular. These are the terms most often used in our search function. For users, it's a great opportunity to see what other people are looking at or what topics or materials or forms of public art may be trending at the current moment. So if you come to PAA and you do have an idea you're looking for, you can use our search tool. If you want to search by location, you can type in the location box. Maybe I want to see what artworks we have in Seattle, for example. And you can see as I start typing in, some suggestions come up. I can select one of those if I want and search. The default view is this grid view, where I can scroll through all 411 artworks we have located in Seattle, or I can open the map view to get more information where those artworks are located throughout the city. I can also search by any of the categories here in this dropdown, or do a general all keyword search across the entire database. But let's say I want to look for a specific artist. I'm going to search for David Griggs. Again, you can explore an artist's work through the grid or map view. If you're an artist, then the map feature is a really great visual illustration of your impact throughout different communities and as an artist in the field. On the left, you get all of the artworks listed in alphabetical order. You can also sort them by date. You can click through the map to get more detailed information about artwork's location. And if you click on a pin, an art card will pop up. From the art, basic information about the artwork and a link to the artwork record, as well as the View on Map button, which takes you directly to Google Maps, walking or driving directions directly to the artwork's location. Back up at the search, just a few more things. We follow conversations happening in the field and in places like the PAN listserv about different topics, how different types of public art projects are created or maintained. And we thought here might be another good place to start to discover what's been done maybe in a certain place type, like a library or a parking garage, or in a certain material, like Corten steel or LEDs. Type in material type, like LEDs, and search. All of our cataloged works that include LEDs as a material will show up. This is a good moment to mention again that as we receive submissions to PAA, we take time with each work to make sure that its data is optimized for searchability. And so one example of a way we do that is we use Getty's Art and Architecture thesaurus to apply search terms for work type, materials, and placement. And that is categorized in a uniform way according to this field verified terminology. And that just ensures that works will come up in more and also more accurate searches. So within the search, I can further refine my results by selecting as many of these parameters as I want. So let's say I'm an artist or a researcher and I'm wondering if there are murals that incorporate LEDs. I can refine my search by work type and add murals. And again, I can select multiple of these through all of these categories and apply. And I can see we have 5 examples of that very specific type of artwork, murals that also incorporate LEDs. So if I click into a record, I can get more information about the artwork, including the commissioning agency if I want to get in touch with them to learn about their experience with installing or maintaining or any questions I have about this type of artwork. So back at my search results, I can always clear those specifications that I set, go back to all works with LEDs, and continue my exploration from there. Another great new feature that I want to show you is our on-view, off-view filter. I'm going to search by collection for mural arts. Oh, sorry. Okay. We love this feature because it makes it easy for visitors to see what artworks are currently available for viewing and what's no longer on view. Maybe because the artwork was damaged, maybe it's a monument that was toppled or removed, or as we've seen a rise in over the years, temporary public art installation, ephemeral work, or even a public art event. So if you're an artist or a collection steward, you can still add off-view works to PAA to keep that archival record of its history. And at PAA, we really believe that keeping information available about artworks that are no longer on view is a practice that's critical for preserving the meaning and context of artworks and places. And these records play a really important role for researchers and people who are learning and writing about the public art field. So while I'm in this collection view, we know a lot of you with us today are coming from the perspective of a public art organization, and you may be thinking about how PAA can work for your organization, your collection. So if you submit your data, which is totally free to do, all of this information is available to you. All of the collection views that we showed you, the grid view, artwork detail pages, as well as this interactive map of all the artworks in your collection. And we just want to be sure to invite and encourage you to link to all these pages on your website, share them however and as often as you'd like to help encourage people to engage with your collection, both online and on the go. So from here, I can click into an artwork record. You can see it's very image forward, and you can scroll through and click on images, or you can click on the main image to open this full screen view, which includes the rights holder information. Like Lori said, you can add PDFs, videos, sounds, all types of multimedia and external links, as many of those textual pieces as you'd like to share with the public. And all in PAA gives credit to the copyright holders and is retained under our fair use agreement. On this page, again, you have all the details and the description of the artwork, as well as the on-view status up here in the upper left. One field I want to point out is the collaborators field. So if you're interested as an artist or admin in highlighting, or as a researcher in learning about all the people and parties involved in making public artworks come to life, you can see the details of that larger creative economy and ecosystem right here. Again, from this page, you have your map that you can click through to get to the walking, driving, public transit directions directly to the artwork. And then below the map, you'll see two more of our brand new features. These features focus on leading content to promote that sustained engagement with public art on PAA. More from the collection speaks to that collection focused, more pinpointed. While artwork nearby showcases other artworks that are in close proximity. This feature highlights again PAA's nature as that centralized repository, helps in areas where collections overlap. So here, for example, mural arts may overlap with City of Philadelphia's collection or Pennsylvania Academy of the Arts. Here again, with this feature, we really want to begin to tell that larger story of public art in cities and places across the country and the world. So thank you. That concludes the demo. Lori's going to talk through the network of resources we have available for you to contribute to PAA. All of our import templates and forms are built in a way to provide you with the tools necessary to document all facets to create these pages. Our cataloging instructions do abide by the standards of cataloging cultural objects. So while our front-end features are built to be eye-catching and browsable, the data in PAA is authoritative. It comes from the organizations and artists. So it can be used for research and journalism. And we want you to know that our team and our submission tools are available to make any data collection that you may need to do as streamlined and as easy as possible. And so if you want to contribute to PAA, you can always visit our site, and at the bottom of every page is this contribute artwork button you can use to access our submission guide. But I will pass the presentation back to Lori now to talk through our resources. And we'll also be sharing some links in the chat. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Allison, for taking us through the new site. I see a lot of great questions in the chat and just wanted to reiterate, I will go through our last few slides and then I will answer the chat questions. But one thing I wanted to mention is that should you have edits or updates to make, we always invite those. The Public Art Archive is a human-centered project. We want people to get the greatest benefit from this, and that means the most accurate records that portray the artist and the artwork in the way that they had originally intended the artwork. Of course, there's additional context that goes into these records as art and perceptions of it change over time. But I just want to invite you all to never hesitate to get involved. Send us your feedback. We have update artwork forms, and again, I'll go through the questions. But Allison and I are here to help and support you. We touch every record that goes into the Public Art Archive. So we are here for whatever kinds of needs and services and questions that you have. So now, as we get ready to close, we'll talk about the tools and resources we offer to organizations and artists who want to make their collections and portfolios available via PAA. While I walk through our final slides, Allison will make some of those links available in the chat. All of these are available on our website, and you can always get in touch with us directly if you need or want more information. We'll also include these links in the cloud recording of today's presentation when it's available, so you can expect that in your inbox by the end of next week. On the left side of your screen, you'll see the list of personas that we accept contributions from. While there are always exceptions to this, the reason we don't crowdsource our data is to protect the copyright holders of the artworks and the photographs. It also allows us to ensure that we are presenting the most accurate data to the public. Although we know that organizations and artists oftentimes present slightly differing data, we do our best to make the connections between the two seem seamless and provide the widest possible context to the public. We have worked with a number of public art organizations who have held crowdsourcing projects, soliciting the public to provide information on the public art collection, and then vetted that data prior to contributing it to PAA. We fully support those projects and can help provide tools and resources if that is something that's of interest to you. On the right side of your screen, you'll see all the ways you can contribute data, from easy to use web forms, largely helpful to those who want to submit one artwork at a time, to a rolling call for submissions on Cafe, callforentry.org, which you can do through your Cafe account that many of you are probably already using to apply to public art calls or host them if you're an organization. In addition, we offer an import template, which is essentially a robust spreadsheet to help guide you through your public art documentation process, complete with glossaries and vocabularies for terms and things like materials, work types, placements, a lot of what Allison mentioned and demonstrated, sourced from Getty's Art and Architecture Thesaurus and the Library of Congress, as well as terms added over time that are specific to the public art field. That we source from you, the people who are contributing and helping build our archive, because you are the ones out in the field making and commissioning the public art. Those who subscribe to our web-based system can also push data directly to us, removing the need to take any extra steps to perform redundant data entry. We do hear a lot from organizations that, while they might use a spreadsheet to manage their public art collections, they also have to manually add that data to public-facing websites, and we try to help remove that barrier and that redundant workflow so you can move on to other items on your list. Finally, for those who just really need to make it extremely simple on themselves, you can always just email us the information. Our contact information is listed at the bottom right of the slide. And as I mentioned before, Allison and I are the two people behind the Public Art Archive, and we love to connect and hear from the artists and administrators who use our systems. There are a variety of people who use the resources we provide. Here you can see that range varies from those that are in the field of public art to the general public. It's helpful to think about this variety of audience when pulling together your content for inclusion in PAA. For instance, when you're writing descriptions of your artworks and collections, are they written in a way that people of all ages and backgrounds can understand, learn from, and engage with? Do you include multiple photographs of artworks from multiple vantage points or throughout multiple points in time? If an artwork has been removed, perhaps for socio-political reasons, do you add in context that offers the general public educational context surrounding that removal? We've seen a major push in the public art field to prioritize accessibility, and the digital world is no exception. The Public Art Archive offers a space in which to expand upon the context of your collection, much more so than ever before, with access to so many tools like YouTube, external linking to publications, and content that can be edited and refreshed over time. We encourage you to take advantage of our free digital space to truly make your public art collection more public and more accessible. So we're going to close up the presentation portion of today's meeting so that we can get to the questions in the chat. But before we do that, we want to thank you for taking the time to join us today. And second, we hope that you've gained a better understanding of what we do here and what we can all do together in the future for your communities and constituents. And we hope that you'll join in our mission of making public art more public.